Hello and welcome back to IRS and welcome back to another race day with Tier 2. We are live in Belgium for a qualifying session which is underway with some new drivers here today. Wild Jaeger, I think that's Wild Jaeger maybe, or Wild Jaeger in the Haas, Black Bull Racing in the Alpine, One Kidney Gym in the Steak Kick, and we got DMS Racing in the McLaren alongside IRS LB44. But yeah, the qualifying session is underway. The Haas driver of Jaeger making his debut here today. He's the first on track, followed by One Kidney Jim there just preparing himself to start their first flying lap of the day. It's going to be an interesting race, I think, because I've just seen in the Discord that apparently it's going to be a wet race, so these setups that they're on right now are probably going to be absolutely useless for them in the race to come. But let's go on board with Jaeger then for his first qualifying lap in Belgium as he exits the bus stop chicane, hits the DRS button, crosses the line and heads down into the source for the first time with a hard braking right turn down the hill towards EU Rouge and Radion before the long Camel straight. Up the hill we go through Radion for the first DRS zone. Down Camel straight into a fast right left Lecombs, or Lescombs, however you want to call it, and then back down the hill. Don't ride that curve too much because it costs you some time. One Kidney Gym not too far behind as we go through Rossell's down into Puhon, the fast left-hander. Try to go flat out without going too wide. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully they get out of the way, which they haven't done. Oh, they've messed that lap up. Who is it? It's Finn Kits. No, it's not Finn Kits. It's just Picky who's got in the way of 2 laps, I believe, there. So that's going to be going to the stewards straight away, and that's going to be a possible penalty for just Picky. While Jaeger's going to have to go again. Unfortunately, his first qualifying lap of the day has been obstructed by one of the racing bull cars. He was looking pretty good. One Kidney Gym, I'm not sure if he got affected by it too much, but he sets the fastest lap of the day so far, a 1:44.1, beaten straight away by Elmer of the Void at 1:42.8, who's a man on a mission for pole positions in Tier 2, leading the way in the Tier 2 history. Black Bull Racing, 44.7 for his first flying lap in IRS. Bubbly starting this lap. Finn Kits on the inters. That's the reigning champion there. Moved over to the red Racing Bulls from Williams, so he's going to be racing there full time. That's the Italian link up with him and Masterpiece, or just Picky. The Burb, 483 days without a race win. Invalidated his lap. Diving back into the pits. DMS Racing, what can he do in McLaren? Taking over from Nick Broom, who's no longer racing. Alongside IRS LB44, one of the oldest drivers in the league. Not in terms of age, but longevity. Just clear that up. As DMS Racing comes out of the final corner, crosses the line, and does a 43.8, and goes P3 behind Outlaw, who's done a 43.6 in the Mercedes. As we jump back on board with just Picky, who possibly might be in some trouble for that impeding of Jaeger. Into the bus stop chicane we go. Out the final corner. First of the line for a 43.7 and puts himself P3. How's Bubbly getting on in the Ferrari? His teammate's currently P7, won 44.9. Bubbly takes the P3 now with a 43.7 as well. As most of the drivers are now back in the pits. I wonder if we'll see some rain in this qualifying session, or is it just dry? The berm's on the outlap. Currently down to P11, no time set. IRS LB44 has rejoined. Didn't realise he had left. I would have sent him an invite. But Elmo, currently on pole position. He's been there a few times. 13 to be exact. Trying to get his 14th pole position in the Tier 2 history. Next person behind him is on 8, so he's got a healthy lead as he exits the pits to rejoin the track. And where's Berg? Is he starting his lap yet? Coming up through Blanchemont. To start his flying lap. Wonder where he invalidated last time out, but let's see if he can get this one right into the source. Pretty good. Bit of traffic. No slipstream. This is a perfect track to do some great teamwork and get a slipstream like right here. That'll help out quite a lot. As we head down into the comms, 31.1. How close can he get to that Alpine of Elmo? He's on a 42.8. Only driver to get into the 42s. The Verb cutting the corner there quite a bit, costing a good exit. Through Buhorn, runs a bit wide, that's another invalidation. I wonder if he'd done that before. Possibly did. Shaking the car, angry with himself. Down in P11, he's giving himself some pressure here. 8 minutes to go. Anyone else on the lap? Elmo. Bubbly as well. How's he getting on? 5 temps up. He's going to run out of fuel though, so will he dive into the pits and try go again? I know he can improve on his lap. No, he's got a bit of traffic and he invalidates, so that's just cost him completely. He's going to have to go around the whole way now with no fuel. And invalidating in the last corner. How's Elmo getting on? Through sector 1. He's just a little bit of time down as he comes through Buhorn. Gear 7. Seen some people go through there in gear 8, some people downshifted into gear 7. As Elmo is 2 tenths up on his best. He's on a 42.8, currently on pole position, looking to improve as he comes up the slight hill through Blanchemont into the bus stop chicane. Can he make an improvement here? Out the final corner. DRS turned on, crosses the line, 42.2, 6/10 up. Currently 1.4 seconds. Actually, that's changed because Jaeger has come out of nowhere there in the Haas with a 42.9. 7/10 back. A bit more respectable from Jaeger there compared to the rest of the field at the moment, who are struggling to find some time. Black Bull Racing in the Alpine. Currently P8. Getting a bit of a slipstream there as he heads down the Kemmel Straight into Sector 1. Just under a 10th up on his best. Six minutes to go in this session before we head into this race where we're going to see some rain. Black Bull Racing just dropping down to P10 there. I think he just improved. Oh, Finn Kitts jumping up to P4 with a 43.4 and Luke with a 43.6 in the Aston Martin and P5. As we're on board with Black Bull Racing in his debut, coming up to the Sector 2 checkpoint, and he's 8 temps up here. Which will see him ahead of One Kidney Jim. But can he find some more time? Coming through Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane. Needs to get this absolutely perfect here. Bit sensitive. Oh, he's cut the chicane and invalidated. He's gonna have to go again. Go back to the pits as quick as he can. But again, another driver who knows there's big improvements there. IRS LB44 out on the track. P12 for him. 145.7. I think his first lap would definitely be a sort of warm-up lap. There we go, 1.1 up on his best. As we're on board with his push lap. 4 minutes to go. Working IRS LB44. Fitness McLaren. Everyone's set a time except that man, the Burb in the Red Bull. IRS LB44 crosses the line at 144.4 P10. Most of the drivers are in the pits waiting to come out for the last runs. Right, DMS Racing. What can you do? Currently the lead in McLaren. 8th and 10th for the two McLarens. Always run wide. I'll probably have to abandon that lap, turn off the ERS and just try to abandon it and go again. He's 4 temps down, yeah. He should have just abandoned this lap. IRS LB44 is enough to be quick here. I don't think he's going to be able to come back out. No, he's not. That's his qualifying over. P10. Alright. Let's jump on board with the Burb then. got one chance to get this right. Finished P2 last week at Silverstone behind his teammate, star defender, who's not here. It's currently 1 minute to go, just over 1 minute to go, and the Berg has not set a time, putting himself under big amounts of pressure. Otherwise he's going to have a very tough race if it is indeed raining. I think he backed off. Has he backed off? Goes through Pujon. Doesn't invalidate this time. It's like he's taking it very easy on this lap. I think he just wants to get a lap across the board, which possibly sees him a bit higher up than what position he's in now, and then send it for the last lap maybe. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but this does not look quick. Out the final corner he comes. Crosses the line. There's a 42.9 P2. That looked so much slower than what it actually was. Belgium does that though because it's so long. Got P2 for the Burb. He saved himself. Right, who's on a flying lap? Because qualifying is now over. Jaeger's into the pits. Outlaw crosses the line, P4. Elmo improves to a 41.9. Goes a second quicker than anyone. The Burb's finished. Jaeger's finished. Outlaw's P4 at best. Finn's on a flying lap. Luke's on a flying lap. Bubbly's on a flying lap. DMS racing into the pits alongside One Kidney Jim. Kentrum's too far down on this lap. And Blackpool racing as well, also on a flying lap. So who's going to be first across the line? It's going to be just Picky in the racing doors, and I think that's IRS W44's car just behind as well. But just Picky runs wide, costs himself a good exit, improves by 4 attempts, it goes P5. That could have been a lot better for him. Two Ferraris next. Bubbly and Kentrum. Bubbly crosses the line. P4. Kentrum crosses the line. P11. And then we wait for Finn Kits, I believe, alongside Luke, to see if they can get themselves into the top 5. Luke exits the bus stop chicane, crosses the line, and is P2. And Finn jumps up to that the P2 as well, taking it away from Luke right at the last minute. And then we wait for Outlaw just to come back into the pits. But a lot of position changes in that qualifying session, but Elmo of the Void seemed to stay at the top because he was too quick for everyone else. 14 pole positions for Elmo now in IRS. Class above the rest in qualifying, but will he be able to hold on to that P1 into the race? We're about to find out as we wait for the game to load us into a 22 lap race. I think, is it a 22 lap race or is it a bit more than that? We'll find out in a minute, but there's your classification of qualifying. Elmo, Finn and Luke, your top 3. I'll be back during the formation lap. Alright, here we go then. Formation lap underway. Everyone's on the intermediate tyres. Not sure what one kidney Jim's doing. Should not be overtaking under the formation lap. Should be sticking to your position, and he's been disqualified from the qualifying, so that's not a good start to his debut. I wonder how many drivers have practiced racing in the wet recently on this game. I know there's a couple people, this one for example, who loves racing in the rain. Outlaw Kakameste, bit of a rain meister. But yeah, no one's been disqualified yet except one kidney Jim, keeping it clean like they should. This race underway. I wonder how many safety cars there will be. I think if there was dry weather, I think this race would be a lot cleaner than what it's about to be. Could be wrong though. Could be a very clean race. I think this wet weather's changed it a lot, so Elmo's pulling up into the good spot. P1 for him. And we wait for the McLarens at the back to line up to the grid. Here we go then. Lights are about to be set on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Belgium, and away we go for round 2, tier 2. Elmo's got a good start. He's maintaining the lead into turn 1 by the looks of it, but Finn Kitts is having a look around the outside. Bit of contact as Elmo lights up the rear tyres on the exit of turn 1. Finn Kitts following very close behind. We've got a yellow flag at the back, which is Black Bull Racing in the Alpine. Seems to have some sort of issue there, but Finn Kitts chasing down Elmo with a massive slipstream. He's got his IRS turned on around the outside into Lecombs. Takes the lead of the race. There's contact in the back between Jaeger and Luke. Aston Martin currently off track. Rejoins just ahead of Wild Jaeger, ahead of Bubbly. The Burb in P6. Running into the back of Bubbly there, getting some wing damage, which could cost him massively. Just Picky ahead of Outlaw, who's got a good run down towards Pujon. They go for the first time. More contact between Burb and Bubbly there. Top 4 very close to each other. Elmo pressurising Finn. One kidney Jim. Black Bull Racing out of this race, and that is a virtual safety car. Not the debut that Black Bull Racing would have wanted. For the Alpine had an issue in turn 1, not sure what that was, and looks to have crashed out through Pujon on lap 1 then. Virtual safety car. Finn leading the race. Let's have a look at the position changes quickly, wherever they are. He's had the best start. One kidney Jim up 2 positions. Did the Burb dive into the pits, or is he going to try to stick it out? He stays out. Let's hope no one gets a penalty here on this restart as they wait for the virtual safety car to end. We won't know when it will end. It will just switch off. These guys will have a delta telling them it is about to end as they speed up towards the Rouge for the second time, and then through Radion onto the Camel Straight, waiting to get going. Luke's a bit far back there, so he might be under pressure from Jaeger if they get started right now. Elmo as well. Ooh, nearly drives into the back of Finn. Doesn't want to get a penalty here. They're driving under Delta. or over delta, I should say. But there we go. Race restarted. Bubbly riding that curb like a skateboard. Bit of contact, I think, between the Haas and the Aston Martin there. Bit more by the looks of it. Just Picky having a big moment there. Outlaw takes his opportunity, dives up the inside, moves up to P7. But Just Picky fighting back. Down towards Pujon they go side by side. And there's big contact there, and Outlaw's being pushed off the track and falls to the back of the grid. DMS Racing gets past Just Picky alongside Kentrum as well. IRS OB44 also having a little look around the outside, which goes to the inside. Just Picky back up the inside of Kentrum. He's going to try to stick it around the outside. IRS LB44 now dives up the inside of Kentrum. Side by side they go. Outlaw's going to come have a look as well. This is great little entertainment between the guys at the back, fighting between the last points positions, as IRS LB44 still goes around the outside of Kentrum. Gets a 3-second time penalty for doing so. Outlaw's going to have a look at the bus stop chicane on Kentrum here. Finn Kitts sets the new fastest lap of the race, followed by Bubbly with a 2:03.4. Here comes Outlaw up the inside of Kentrum. Runs a bit deep. Kentrum might be able to get a better exit, which he doesn't. We'll head back up to the top because it looks like Luke has just made an epic overtake through Eau Rouge and Radillon there. I've missed that, so he might be able to send that into overtake of the month. Here comes Jaeger as well. Also having a look at Elmo of the Void. Up the inside he goes. A late lunge. Elmo defends it well. But that's some good racing there between them two. Luke's hunting after Finn Kitts now. The reigning champion leading the race. Let's go back to Jaeger and Elmo though. They're still side by side, having a little scrap here for third and fourth. Jaeger giving it absolutely everything on this lap. Doing everything he can to try and get past. Has a bit of a moment there on the curb. Oh, Burb nearly run into the back of Bubbly again. How many times is he going to hit that Ferrari today? We're sort of split into two trains now. We've got the top 6 and then the rest of the field all in the train. Oh, there's contact there. DMS Racing. More contact between Just Picky and Outlaw. Everyone getting their elbows out down the back. I think that was a bit too aggressive though. DMS Racing, unfortunately, has he got wing damage? Yes, he does, which is affecting his race now. Which he's going to have to dive into the pits. But this could be a good thing, which he could be into some clean air here, which could gain him some time when these guys fighting like that. Back to the top we go. The top 6. Heading on to the Kemmel Straight. No DRS obviously. Who's got the most DRS? That would be Luke in P2. Who's sitting right behind Finn, who's struggling with the rears. But he is leading this race. He has got some pace. Just Picky and Outlaw going at it again. Outlaw trying to find a way past. One kid in the gym into the points at the moment. P7 doing well. The top 6 is so close. I'm so glad there's no DRS. I don't think we'll see this much. We'd just see overtaking, but we wouldn't see this close racing throughout the whole lap. As Luke's having a little look at Finn for the lead here. Up the inside he goes. He's got much better straight line speed there than Finn. Didn't even use any ERS and just breezed past Finn. Jaeger's up the inside of Elmo. Bubbly's around the outside of Elmo as well there. It's all getting a bit touchy between the top 6 as Bubbly tries to move into P4 past Elmo. Elmo's going to have the outside line. Bubbly gives him the space. Elmo's on the curb though. He's going to drop back all the way down to P6. I think Elmo drifted a bit more wider than he needed to there. I think he didn't realise that Bubbly gave him a bit more space than he probably had. He's going to have to try to get himself back into the battle now. Luckily for him, there's no DRS. Yellow flag, and that is One Kidney Jim, who's had a moment and he's retired from the session. Not sure why. It's a long race to go. Could have been another safety car. Well, it could have been a safety car, but One Kidney Jim is the second of our debutants out of this race. Another one, DMS Racing, just picking up a 3-second time penalty there. The two McLarens are only drivers to be picking up time penalties at the moment, but Luke's pulled away from Finn here. He's got a 1.7 second gap, and Jaeger's all over the back of Finn, who's struggling quite a lot now. He's got a dry setup, of course, like most of these drivers probably would have, but he's struggling a lot more than anyone else, and there's a 2-second gap now up front for Luke. Setup so shit, it's a dry setup from One Kidney Jim. Yeah, Luke looking for his second race win in IRS, and he's making a statement right now by putting away from this little battle behind. As you can see, as we look from the rear wing of Finkit's Racing Bull, with the 4 cars behind, Jaeger, Bubbly, Burb and Elmo all battling along. Elmo's got himself back into the battle quite quickly there, so it shows that Elmo has got some pace. And here comes Burb for a double overtake, but Bubbly and Jaeger coming together there. I think Jaeger sort of drifted over more than he should have with Bubbly there. And now that's just wrong, so Bubbly's definitely going to get a penalty if that goes to the shoulds. Bubbly should not be doing that. I do think, from what I just saw, I do think Jaeger did drift over a little bit too much, which caused a bit of contact there. But what Bubbly just did is plain wrong there. Should not be doing that at all. And it has now ruined that nice little battle we had between the top 6. Luke's pushed on to 2.8 seconds ahead of Finn. The Burb is hassling Finn now, up to P3, trying to get into P2. Elmo as well, back up into P4 now. From the lead though, did start on pole position. Did get a championship point though, as this season 11 pole positions now are rewarded with 1 championship point, as we just saw Finn Kits picking up a 3-second time penalty. So that is not very good for him there, as we've got Bubbly into the pits. I think Jaeger stayed out, he doesn't have damage. I thought he did have damage. Must have just been Bubbly's Ferrari front wing flying off then as he dives into the pits. Onto our new set of intermediates. I was hoping the rain would stop and it would dry up towards the end, but it doesn't look like it. It's still just raining quite heavy. Maybe a couple of safety cars could change that. DMS Racing not too far behind Bubbly. So DMS Racing could still see himself into the points here when people pit later on if they run out of tyre air on the intermediates are on now. Not too sure what it's like around Belgium in the wet on this game. Burb still chasing down Finn along with Elmo. Luke's out front, 2.8 seconds. Loads of IRS to be used in his Aston Martin. A full battery. As Finn defends from the Burb again through Blanchimont up into the bus stop chicane. Will the Burb try to have a little dive up the inside? A bit too far back. Is he being held up by Finn though? That's the problem. Does he need to make an overtake and try get that Red Bull towards Luke? Because effectively Finn's got a 3 second and he's currently holding up the Burb and Elmo. How's everyone else getting on? Jaeger's dropped off quite a bit, 4.4 seconds. Is he catching up? Obviously had the incident with Bubbly as the Burb does get past Finn. So can he now chase after Luke? How much pace did he have sitting behind Finn? Kentrum in the Ferrari P8, now P7, picks up a 3 second time penalty, and just Picky's had a moment spinning round in the racing bull, dropping down to P8. IRS 44 picking up another penalty. The Burb 2.3 behind Luke. Has gapped Finn by 1.2 seconds as well, so it did have a lot more pace, and I think Elmo does as well, so I think he's going to try and do the same now, try and get past Finn and show that pace on these 7 lap old intermediate tyres. The rest of the field are now quite spread out. I think Jaeger just had a moment because Outlaw's brought right up to the back of him, 5th and 6th. The Burb, fastest lap, 156.6. There's a very big dry line appearing. I hope that rain eases off and we get some dry tyres on this racetrack. We've got Kentrum into the pits. Second stop for the Ferraris. Gonna rejoin pretty close on track as well. Bubbly with a new fastest lap, 156.6. So the track is improving quite a lot as Kentrum rejoins right in front of his teammate, and I think they're about to switch positions. I think Bubbly's gonna have a nice run on Kentrum here. To be fair, I think dry tyres might be a shout soon. There we go. Like I said, speak it into the future. Bubbly gets past Kentrum, and the 2 Ferraris, 9th and 10th. Got a lot of work to do. Let's jump back on board with Outlaw, who nearly loses the car there. Saves it very well. It's just got on the floor a bit too much. But it seems like if you run off track here, if you run off the racing line, sorry, you're going to cost yourself a lot of time because that dry line, as you can see, is very obvious now. There's a lot of standing water off that racing line, so you can see Outlaw was struggling to get around some of the corners there, understeering quite a lot. Just so we touch that sand and water quite a bit. Safety car? Why have we got a safety car? Not sure why we have a safety car there, but it is what it is. That's just changed everything. Well, we see everyone dive into the pits for brand new inters. I think people like, yeah, Just Picky, IRS LB44, Bubbly, or Bubbly and Kentrum actually, they're alright. But DMS Racing's back in it now. Gets a second go at it. Currently P11. Might be able to get himself into some points. Dives into the IRS LB44 has gone for a medium set of tyres. Now, he has just thrown a spanner in the works here by doing that. I was talking about that dry line, and this game, I'm not too sure. It's a bit glitched sometimes with the weather. So, IRS LB44 on the mediums. It is dry in the line, but I don't think it's dry yet. I think it's still a bit damp. He's a brave one. Trying to test it out though. It's worth a go. And he can't stop that car for shit, and he's sliding everywhere. Into the standing water he goes. And them tyres are cooked. So we're going to see IRS LB44 back into the pits, I think. Onto the inters. As he's trying to go on the racing line, which is the dry sort of line. It does look alright, and the sun is coming out here. I really hope we see some dry tyres. Obviously we have seen IRS LB44 right now, but as soon as he goes off the racing line, that he loses all grip. He did look alright for a couple of corners there, coming through Poohorn and just before. Did look like he could get a bit of throttle down, but oh, I don't know. Everyone's diving into the pits here. What tyres are they going onto? It's brand new sets of inters. No one else is going for dry tyres. Let's see what IRS LB44 does. Let's see him breaking into the bus stop chicane. He's struggling a lot. He's going to stay out, and I'm not sure that's going to be the right call. It's still raining on track, but he has stayed out. I'm going to stay on board with him. Yeah, he's made the wrong choice here. It does look a lot better this lap though. It does look like he's finding more grip. But obviously the inters are a lot quicker because Just Picky's right behind and waiting to go. I think IRS LB44, it was a good try. But I think you're better off just diving into the pits. Getting back on the inters and not losing yourself any time, because we don't know if it's going to dry up or not. Safety car might be in this lap if DMS Racing can just catch up a little bit. Oh, IRS LB44 nearly loses it. Nah, I think we're gonna have to wait another lap. It's interesting though, Kentrum's in the lead of this one actually, just noticed that. Kentrum did stay out. Bubbly dived into the pits. I'm sure he had 2 lap hold into this. Should have stayed out, he would have been in the lead with Kentrum. Yeah, Kentrum leads. I think for the first time this season, he didn't lead a lap last race, so yeah, first time this season Kentrum has led a lap. Even though some of the safety cars there's still a lap that he's led as IRS LB44 stays out. DMS Racing has done it as well. He's decided to go on the mediums. Both McLarens opting for this bold strategy here. Elbo's just picked up a 10-second crashing into the back of Finn. What's happened there? That might get removed at the end of this race, depending on what just happened there, but let's see if DMS Racing was any quicker on the mediums than IRS LB44. Nope, just the same. So DMS Racing should not have looked at his teammate, he should have just went for a different strategy. It's starting to rain heavier now again. The sun did come out briefly, but it looks like it's raining heavier again. And I think both McLarens are going to be battling for the last points position, 10th and 11th, sorry. Because they're going to have to dive back into the pits here. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. IRS LB44 was briefly off track there, and he's just cost himself a position to just picky. There's your confirmation of safety car in this lap. I got on the radio quickly and told them, bring it in, bring it in. All drivers have caught up. But yeah, the 2 McLarens have absolutely screwed themselves over here. It was worth a try to see under the safety car, but they should have boxed while they had the chances. I stayed on the enters. So Kentrum's leading the way as he crawls up the hill towards the bus stop chicane. In the Ferrari, leading the race, with Luke just behind him. When will Kentrum go? Will he try to go out the corner, last corner, or will he crawl up to the line? There he goes. Pretty decent race start there. Restart, I should say, not restart. Luke's going to be pressurising Kentrum. And he already is looking for a way by. We'll stay on board with Luke because he made a pretty good overtake earlier on in this race. Elmo's into the pits. Why did Elmo dive into the pits to get 10 seconds? He should have stayed and kept it and tried to get it removed. Here comes Luke though. Back into the lead of the race. Kentrum tries to fight it. Unfortunately can't. Finn Kits breezes by as well. Jaeger's going to have a little look up the inside. Both Ferrari powered units. The Haas and the Ferrari. Kentrum defends this one well. Here comes Jaeger. Very eager to get past. Draining the battery. Can't find a way by. But Luke's back into the lead for this one. Do you know what? IRS LB44 and DMS Racing, I apologise because the rain stopped. I didn't even realise it stopped. But they're not being any quicker than the guys on the inters at the moment. Elmo of the Void He's into the pits as well. Do you know what? I've actually... That's a great call from the McLarens. Sorry, I was... It was raining the whole time. I did not think that track was going to dry as quick as it did. But this could be absolutely massive for the two McLarens here. They've got penalties though. 6 and 3 seconds. And they're falling behind quite a lot. They need to find some pace quickly on these medium tyres. Bubbly's DNF'd. How's he DNF'd? How's Bubbly DNF'd? I'm not too sure about that, but DRS is now enabled. The two McLarens are holding each other up here. IRS LB44 needs to let DMS go. One of these McLarens could win this race. This has changed everything. Elbow of the Void could take himself into P1 here. Because he's going to chase after Kentrum. Just always a bit of contact between two McLarens. 3-second time penalty for Kentrum. Elbow needs to absolutely send it in that Alpine. The top 5 still need to box. Here comes DMS Racing. Having a look at his teammate. Don't have contact, boys. You're about to lead the race. I'm not sure what happened to Bubbly though. Really, I do not know what happened to Bubbly, but the two McLarens are in the lead of this race. And who saw that coming? DMS nearly running into the back of IRS LB44. And they've got to push on now as quick as they can because Luke's out of the pits. Jaeger crashes into the wall there. Kentrum on the soft tyres. The only driver to go on the softs here. As DMS gets past IRS LB44. But I think they cost themselves too much time. They've got 6 seconds and 9 seconds. Luke's going to fly out to the back of them and take the lead away from them. I thought Elmo was closer than what he was. I thought Elmo was going to be able to maybe cruise up to the back of some of the drivers, but I called that wrong as well. But a good call for the McLarens, but the time penalties are going to cost them a lot. So, strategic masterclass, but the driver standards running wide too much has cost himself possibly a race win here. Unless IRS LB44 can just hold up the rest of the field while DMS Racing just absolutely sends it. The Burbs picked up a 3 second. Just Picky picks up a 3 second as well. So Outlaw could possibly still end up on a podium here, even though he's in P8. Jaeger getting past Kentrum into P5. Burb as well with a great move there. But Jaeger has a big moment coming out the corner. Outlaw's having a little look at Kentrum as well up the inside. Jaeger runs wide, giving the position to Burb to try and take away the DRS from Burb and get back past him down the Kemmel Straight. While he's done that, he's lost the position to Outlaw. But I think Burb's just too far ahead there for Outlaw to even have a look at him. So Jaeger has cost himself 2 positions as Outlaw has a bit of a moment there. For the two McLarens still out front. Luke's closing down very quickly though. 4.5 seconds behind Luke. DMS Racing pushing on now. Elbow picks up a 3 second. So every driver except Luke and Outlaw with a time penalty, which is a bit crazy. I think we're going to see a Luke race win here, and I think we're going to see Outlaw in P2. Possibly Finn, because Finn's actually quite ahead of Outlaw at the moment. It's about 3 seconds between him and Outlaw, so we could see a Luke, Finn, Outlaw podium here. I think Burb's just about going to miss out and come P4. That's what I'm going to call it right now. We still have got quite a long way to go. 5 laps, anything can happen in 5 laps. Luke sets the new fastest lap. On the way to winning his second race in IRS. It'll be the first of the season for Luke. It's good to put him top of the table as well. Top of the driver standings. I think that might just jump ahead of Burb. So I think the top 2 could be Luke and the Burb and the driver standings after this race. But like I said, it's still 5 laps to go. Finn's looking a lot quicker now it's dry. He's got a dry setup on as well. He's pushing along, closing up to the back of Luke. Trying to make something happen. What happened to Outlaw? I've just jinxed him. I gave him the commentator's curse. He dropped back down to 7th again. Behind Jaeger. Which that could have cost him a podium. DMS Racing at IRS W44. I'm not sure where they're going to end up in this race, but I said it was a bad choice. During them 2-3 laps under the safety car, it was struggling quite a lot. I had no pace, and then it kept raining for 1 lap. I didn't even notice it stopped, and the track was dry, and the McLarens then pulled themselves into a window that gave them the opportunity to be leading this race for the last 5 laps, I'd say. But they are being hunted down by Luke in the Aston Martin. Can IRS W44 somehow fairly hold these boys up? Kentrum picked up another penalty there, down in P8. Outlaws closed up to Jaeger, just under a second in the DRS. But Luke's managed to catch up with IRS LB44. It's currently about 2.5 seconds, DMS Racing and Luke. So what IRS LB44 needs to do is try to force Luke a little bit wide on one of the corners, get a 3 second, and then hold him up a little bit so DMS Racing can push on and win a race in his debut. It's about 2.6 seconds. As IRS LB44 is about to be hassled for that P2. And he get a good exit and defend from Luke, yes he can, but he's going to be overtaken straight away down the Kemmel Straight, as Luke's going to get a lovely exit out of this corner, and he's going to breeze past him straight into P2. I think Finn is as well here. I think Finn's got enough IRS to defend this, to get past as well, but IRS LB44 is about to drop down 1-2 positions into P4. I think he knew it was coming, But I think he's just on a mission to try and get as high as he can right now. From starting, I think P12, it was either P11 or P12 he started. He's got the bird behind him now. He's down to P4. DMS Racing though, still out front in the McLaren, 2.6 seconds ahead of Luke. Unfortunately for him, has got that 6 seconds, so it probably will drop. He might actually still finish on the podium here. If IRS LB44 can hold up Burb a little bit, which he's doing at the moment. IRS LB44 showing some good pace though. He's still right there. As here comes Burb. Up the inside of IRS LB44 on the grass. Nothing IRS LB44 can do about that one. When he tries to send it back up the inside. Yes, he does, and causes contact, unfortunately, for the Burb. And that's cost them big time. But that could be strategic from IRS LB44 to get his teammate a podium on his debut. IRS LB44 is going to probably finish about 8th or 9th position now, but that could have just given his teammate a podium on his debut in his first race in the McLaren. Gap between the top two, 1.2 seconds. Here comes Burb, past Jaeger. IRS LB44 with Outlaw right behind him as well. 2 laps to go then. Or 2.5 laps to go. We have to complete this one, but Jaeger all over the back of Burb here. Looking for a move past through Pujon. It's not going to work out there. Coming through Campus into Stavila for the 20th time. IRS LB44. I want to use a bit of ERS there, otherwise he's going to lose DRS to the cars ahead. Yeah, 1 second. He's just lost out. Brakes too late as well. That's going to cost him massively. Outlaw's going to be able to get past him quite easily. There he goes. IRS LB44 braking too late. Outlaw with a lovely switchback. But I think IRS LB44 should have the DRS now. They should be able to get back quite comfortably. As Luke takes the lead of the race. While Jaeger has left the session. That's not what you want to see. I keep saying Wild Jaeger, but I don't know if it's Wild or Wild. Wild Jaeger. Or something else. I just need to keep saying Jaeger. I've invited him back. So hopefully we can rejoin quickly. Send him another one quickly. Try to get back into the race as quick as he can. But Luke leads the way from DMS Racing. Kentrum another penalty, that's 12 seconds now. Finn Kits is going to take P2 away from DMS Racing unless he gets another time penalty. I think DMS Racing might just be in with a chance of grabbing a podium here. If the Burb doesn't catch up, but he is closing up quite quickly. We are on the last lap, and Luke, one of the only drivers without a penalty, is leading the way as just Picky's had an incident with someone there. As Elmo of the Void gets past Kentrum, but yeah, Luke, him and Outlaw, the only drivers not to get time penalty for running wide multiple times, as Finn Kitts gets past DMS Racing into P2 behind Luke, who's going to win his second race in IRS history. He's got half a lap to go. He will be taking the championship lead as well, I think, here. If my maths is correct, he's going to be just ahead of DMS Racing though. What drive he's having. I think him and IRS LB44 deserve driver of the day. What that strategy they pulled. Oh, IRS LB44's at the moment. He's going to drop all the way down to last position, which is P10 on the road. We're coming through Sector 2 into Sector 3 for the final time. Luke putting a statement out today in that Aston Martin. Finished top 5 last week at Silverstone. He's going to go better than the top 5 today, because he's going to finish on the top step for the first time this season. And Luke is going to win in Belgium Tier 2 Round 2 and take victory away from Finn in P2. And the Burb snatches that podium from DMS Racing on his debut. We've taken P3, DMS Racing P4, Outlaw's going to finish P5, Jaeger is going to finish in P6 ahead of Elmo of the Void, Just Picky P8, Kentrum P9, and IRS LB44 in P10. Kentrum getting driver of the day on the game, but the commentator in our league gives a vote and gives his thoughts on who he thinks driver of the day should be, so we'll wait for the final classification to come up so we get that, and then we shall pick driver of the day. Come on, game, what are you doing? Don't bug out. We need the final classification. No. Oh, thank you. Alright, there you go, there's classification. Fastest lap goes to Burb. Extra point for him, 16 points. Elmo down in P7 will get 7 points due to the pole position. But I do think driver of the day should go to one of the McLarens for that strategic masterclass under the safety car, boxing onto the mediums, and they led the race for 5 or 6 laps, possibly 7, 8. They did finish 4th and 10th though, due to time penalties, but I think DMS Racing on a debut like that deserves driver of the day, finishing P4 from P10 on the grid. Picked up 12 points for the McLarens and gets driver of the day. So yeah, I think that's well deserved for him. Congratulations to Luke, Finn and Burb on the podiums. A good entertaining race from Tier 2 there. Round 2 over and done with. We are moving on to Saudi Arabia next, which is 13th of April, next Sunday, same time, 7:30 PM UK time. Wherever you are in the world, check that. But it will be a sprint race for Saudi Arabia. Hope you lot have enjoyed it. Hope you watch it back. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. Peace out. See you next week.